No, it's you.
My son sends me videos of you from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Really?
No, I had a person reach out to us from Israel yesterday. I'm like, wow, crazy, huh?
You're famous.
No, whatever.
When I told my dad I was starting in this sport, he was like, Judge Fleischer, I've been watching him. So my dad has been watching you apparently for a few months.
Wow.
Judge,
Who you got?
on it.
Judge, I'm on, well, actually, one of my lawyers is on,
It's a bond violation, right?
yes, he is, Judge. But we reached an agreement, but only, can we reset it for a week or so I can get the lawyer to come?
What's the name?
Pedro Morales Velasco. It's just that I have another pressing issue going on.
Morales. Hey, I don't, is it, I don't,
Yeah,
So,
we used to.
is it under Velasco?
Just a week or so, Judge.
I've had a lot of problems with this guy, man.
But you won't have any,
He's now blowing positive. He's drinking.
you won't have any problems anymore, Judge.
Come up, Velasco Morales.
He's also a Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
Let's just go.
Let's go, because I need to go back in the box anyway.
No, hold on.
He's a Spanish speaker, so
Come on. ¿Qué te dije que no puedes hacer? ¿Qué te dije que no puedes hacer? ¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué pasa ahora? ¿Qué pasa ahora?
En la cárcel.
Right, goes with you. No. Yo te dije.
De mi esposa.
Judge, we were gonna
De
take a
mi
plea
niño.
today, after all. We had a probation plea on it. We can do it today, Judge.
But he's blowing really high. And it's,
Judge, if we can't possibly work it out with the,
I'm happy to do it.
let's work it out today, okay?
But, okay, we can take him now and then we'll let you, whatever you want. Yeah. And 23 days old.
That's accurate, Judge.
Mr. Villagomez, come up. So before you leave, Nathaniel, we'll need you to do a motion to sub.
Aquí en el centro, por
Oh, I
favor.
did it.
Solo mire, pues, no me mire a mí, le contestan solo en español.
There's a motion, so, but I can do that.
And Judge, we have this worked out with the state,
Tenemos
just so you
arreglados
know.
con el Estado para que solo mire el juez. Le dije que solo
Well, I
mire
don't know
la
because
cara
it's
del
our
juez.
probation,
Understood, Judge.
you know? All I know is that this case is older than, I mean, it's older than Jesus, man,
Dijo que Jesús.
you know? Tell me about your compelling story.
Okay, Judge, so my client was born in the 70s here in Houston. He is a United States citizen. His parents took him to Mexico. He was raised in Mexico until he was a teenager. He came back to Houston when he was about 18 or so. In any event, he got this DWI charge in 2016. He pled to probation. He didn't understand all that was required of him. He went in, I think his first setting, and told them, look, I can't do that. I can't afford the probation. What I'd like to do is turn in this portable device and turn myself in. They said, we'll let you know. So I have gotten with your CLO, and she has confirmed that that was, I have the printout if you'd like to see.
Shatoria, what you got?
Yes.
Nathaniel, I'll take a look.
I went to meet with this probation officer the first visit. They were reviewing keys with the alcohol monitoring device.
Para su primera visita estaban
They
pasando.
didn't want to participate.
Pero
They
dijo que no puede
told him
pagar,
that they
no
have
quiere
to staff the
participar.
case with the court.
Tiene que
It was
presentar el
like
caso
the
con el
case
tribunal para
was
hacer el caso.
submitted and they
Fue
requested an
respondido y después
MRP
pidió una
and there was no
MRP.
contact with the client.
No ha habido ningún otro.
And so-
Just decided he didn't want to do it and he left.
Well,
Quiso
so,
hacerlo y se fue entonces.
and Your Honor, my understanding is he went in to turn in the device. He had every intention of turning himself in at that point.
He didn't.
Well, they wouldn't take him because the MRP hadn't been drafted. Understood,
They
Judge.
tell you to come to court,
Cuando le dicen que
you
vengan a
took off,
pero usted se
and now 6 years later, you come back and you want mercy?
pide misericordia,
I
señor.
think that he
Yo creo que él
had every intention
tuvo toda la intención
of coming and being square with the court.
y
It's just a matter of timing. The MRP wasn't drafted at the time. But I would say this, Judge. So in the ensuing 8 years, because I guess it's been 2016, 2024. In the ensuing 8 years, I have tax returns for all of those years. He has children ranging from 1 to 22 with the same wife, all of whom are well provided for. During that time, he has used his passport to travel to Mexico several times. He's never had any issues with Border Patrol. I have pictures of him attending his father's funeral earlier this year with the headstone with the 2024 date of death, with him in front of the Oferta. He has done all of those things. He wasn't on the lam by any stretch.
Of course he is. What do you mean he's not on the lam? He's on the lam. There's a warrant for his arrest. I have no idea why no one would arrest him. I don't know, but it's now time. I mean, it's now time to pay the piper.
And so, Judge, showing we have a deal worked out with the state if the court is agreeable to it.
What is the deal?
So I can talk to you about the deal, Judge. So I looked at the probation. It looks like what I'm mostly concerned about is the defendant promised to pay restitution.
Oh, there's restitution on
Yes,
top of it.
Judge.
Oh,
Yes, Judge.
oh.
I indicated that if the court would bless the offer, I would offer a time served if he paid the restitution bill today.
No, he doesn't pay restitution. He's looking at he's looking at a year in jail. That's what's going on. If you don't pay restitution, you're looking at an entire year in jail. That's what's going to happen. But you've been gone for 8 years and you want me to time serve this case? How much is restitution?
$546.
And his daughters are going to get the cashier's check pursuant to that right now.
And we made contact with the complainant. She confirmed she never got paid and she still wants payment. So we drafted a bill.
I would want payment too, but
Address. Yes, Judge.
I can't possibly do.
I can't emphasize enough, Judge, how at his first meeting, he said, I can't afford probation. It was his expectation that he'd be taken in now. So although my client is a citizen, the cultural understanding of you need to go wait for the formal MRP rather than him just showing himself up. So in the ensuing time, he has avoided trouble. This is his one and only time having been arrested. He has taken care of his children.
I'm not going to reward him for doing things that he should be doing anyways. If you have children, you have to take care of your children. If you have a wife, you have to take care of your wife. I'm not going to reward you for doing things you should be doing anyways. You are charged with a DWI. You're facing a year in jail. You take off for 8 years and you want me to just a slap on the wrist? Life doesn't work like that. In life, there are consequences. And the consequence is when you fail to do what you're supposed to do, you're looking at potential jail time. And in your case, you're looking at an entire year in jail. And it really would not be fair for me to just give you the proverbial slap on the wrist when you're gone for all this time, when everybody else does what they're supposed to do. And when they're here, they get time served, for doing what they're supposed to do. He's been gone for nearly a decade. I can't bless a time served, Nathaniel. As much as I love you and appreciate your tenacity, absolutely not. It's not fair. And if he doesn't pay restitution, then he's going to be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. That's it.
And so I would just reiterate, Judge, that he came in, it's not a traditional absconder case. He came in and said, I cannot afford this. And then
it's not a years.
Well, he assumed, he showed up with the intention of turning himself in. So
But he didn't.
his understanding of what happened, is inaccurate, right? It has to be staffed with the court and MRP has to be issued.
I want you to understand something. We're not out for blood, right? I'm not going to hit him with 6 months or anything like that. But he needs to understand that there's a consequence, right? And I think it's only fair and that hopefully with the consequence, he'll understand that we mean business and you can't just take off for 8 years,
Simplemente no se puede desaparecer.
not expect something.
So what kind of an offer would
¿Qué
you
tipo de oferta?
30 days.
30 días de cárcel.
with restitution?
Con restitución.
If restitution is paid, if no restitution is paid,
Si restitución-
365 days.
Si no se paga la restitución, es 365 días de cárcel.
I hope you understand, we mean business, Mr. Villalobos. It's unacceptable that
Diego Gómez
you
Encinas,
take off for 8 years and expect us to just turn belly up. Life doesn't work like that. And I'm not going to reward you
no lo
for
ha-
doing things that you should be doing anyways, which is being a good father.
hacer cosas que debe hacer de todas maneras, lo cual es ser un buen padre.
You should be doing that anyways.
Usted debería estar haciendo eso de todas maneras.
Now, you can
Pero que ahora-
appreciate and understand that we mean business.
Que nosotros
So,
serios de esto.
I guess what we'll do is we can set up for a hearing if you want. He can, if he wants to take it, and I'll certainly give him time to turn in.
Tiempo para que-
So
No.
Judge, if we can,
Si podemos
can it reset so that I can,
para yo poder
I was hired on this case yesterday.
Absolutely, I'm more than happy to give you time, you know, of course, but
pero
I can't. It's not fair, Nathan. It's not, you know, it really isn't.
en realidad no lo es.
So, Shatoria, get ready for your hearing, please, just in case, you know, and I can't imagine that the same probation officers is right, is still there. So just get all the records you can and we'll go from there. And, you know, I'll give you 3 weeks. If you want 3 weeks, we can come back and he either accepts it or we'll have a hearing.
Understood, Judge.
Yeah. Sorry, Nathaniel. All right.
Hacia la izquierda, por
Oh,
favor.
wait a second,
Un momento.
I'm now going to put a GPS monitor on you, so I know that you're not going to take off. And on your other ankle, I'm going to put another monitor to make sure you're not drinking. While you're on this probation, you're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Texas?
He does not.
No. Then you will also sign an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive.
Cada vez que usted maneje.
Do you understand?
Yo, señor. Tiene que hablar. Sí, señor.
Sí.
No, señor. Yes.
You know, I know that you're upset, but I don't think it's unreasonable
No
what
creo que
I'm
es
doing,
algo fuerte.
Nathaniel. You know, I know that you want to fight to the best for your client, but I don't think it's unreasonable, you know, that at the end of the day, with all the credit, with all the time, the 3-for-1, you know, it's. Can you waive the fee for me, please, for the devices, guys?
No phones. You see that, Bill?
I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to me that you're not gonna drive. After that, we will have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, you'll get with pretrial for your bond conditions. Don't, if you take off on me again, so help me, I'm gonna make your bond so high. Don't take off.
No se
You must come
desaparezca.
back and you must not consume alcohol. Do you understand me?
Yo, señor.
Sí.
Yes. A
Come
la
on.
izquierda.
Acá.
Allá.
All right, Judge, next one is case 1, Bolivar.
24 officers were dispatched to a major crash. The impaired defendant caused a 5-car major crash. Witness stated she observed the defendant passed out behind the wheel of her vehicle with multiple airbags deployed. Defendant was unable to maintain focus, balance, or even hold a conversation. Defendant was unable to control her eye movement, where at times her eyes slowly wandered towards her nose and oftentimes away from each other, as if she could not get a clear image of whatever she was looking at. The defendant's speech was also so slurred, it was hard to decipher her verbiage. Defendant was unable to blow into an intoxilizer and was falling asleep while blowing and could not hold herself up. DRD believed the defendant to be under the influence of narcotic analgesic and is unable to operate a vehicle safely. Defendant admitted to taking 3 hydrocodone pills that day. Blood was drawn and warrant was signed.
Ms. Mathis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive at all for any reason. I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. If you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get in a car and drive. Do you understand? On one ankle, I'm going to give you a GPS monitor so you're not out in the middle of the night. 9 p.m. is your curfew to 6 a.m. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol, and I'm going to test you every week to determine whether you're using any kind of pills. And if I find that you're using unprescribed controlled medication, I will put you in jail, and then I'm going to put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There's a bond violation.
How can there be a bond violation? This is the first setting, right?
Yeah, the magistrate gave her the interlock.
Oh, okay, well, then she goes with you then. Yeah, I mean, you were ordered by the magistrate to obtain an interlock. You didn't get it.
I thought she showed up today.
Jeremiah, what day was she supposed to have it?
When she got the conditions on the 7th, she was supposed to have it by
I don't see it.
It's in pending. It should be pending.
You sure?
Yes.
What's the case number?
No, I see the bond violation, but I don't see the actual condition though.
You click on images,
Huh?
it's right under where the personal bond is, it's right under there.
Yeah, I pulled it up. Where are you looking specifically?
Like, where you talking about where the process is at?
Yeah, I see that it says, oh, right, okay, I see. It says here, and you sign these conditions, defendant shall have the device installed on the vehicle owned or most regularly driven by the defendant within 2 calendar days of the defendant's release on bond. I'm sorry?
They told me that I was supposed to show up today.
She goes with you, and then let's appoint her someone, and then she can talk to the lawyer. He's lucky no one is, I mean, 5 cars in an accident. He's lucky no one's dead.
Yeah.
Come up. You were lucky that no one died in that ordeal and that you're not charged with intoxication manslaughter, because then you would be facing up to 20 years in prison, where the deals, when you start making plea bargain agreements, start at 7 to 8 years in TDC. I guess we haven't gotten through with you from the ag rob that you had or the prior felony DWI that we had. I'm now going to do everything in my power to get through to you that we mean business and that we value our streets and want them safe. If that means locking you up, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. You will now, as part of your conditions of your bond, come to court every Monday and Thursday to take drug tests to prove to us that you're not consuming any kind of pills. On one of your ankles, I will put a GPS monitor so that you're not out in the middle of the night because I'm giving you a curfew. On your other ankle, you will get a scram monitor showing us that you're not consuming alcohol. The one time that you violate, I'm going to put you in jail. I will deem you a public danger, and I'm going to make your bond extremely high. You will never get another PR bond. The only reason that you're not going into custody now is because of Ms. Chisholm. Otherwise, I'd be lighting you up.
Thank you, Judge. Can be excused.
The other thing I want you to do is I want you to start going 3 times a week to NA classes. I don't care if it's online. I don't care if it's in person, but you must provide proof that you are attending AA classes with a sheet of paper signed by another individual that you have a sponsor that you're actually attending. If you don't do this, you will go to jail. Do you understand? One more thing. I know that you want to go.
No.
I'm going to have you sign an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. And like I told you, if you drive, that's the absolute worst thing you can do. And I will sprout horns in a tail if you drive, because I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you drive, it's an offense that's punishable by 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. Every time you drive. Do you understand?